The art world is full of talent, but only a handful of artists reach true blue-chip status, where their work is globally recognized, collected by top museums, and valued at the very highest levels of the market. In today's video, we're counting down the top 14 contemporary blue-chip artists working in 2025, the names shaping culture, driving the market, and defining our time. If you enjoy content like this, make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps support the channel and keeps videos like this coming your way. KAWS, whose real name is Brian Donnelly, is one of the most recognizable contemporary artists working today. He began as a graffiti artist in the 1990s, painting on billboards and bus stops in New York City. Over time, his style developed into something very unique, cartoon-like figures with exit-out eyes that are instantly recognizable around the world. His characters often look playful, but there's also a sense of sadness or reflection in them, which is part of their emotional power. KAWS creates paintings, sculptures, prints, and even collectible toys. His large sculptures, sometimes placed in public spaces, show giant versions of his characters, like the well-known companion figure, hugging itself or lying down as if exhausted. He bridges the gap between high art and pop culture, working with big fashion brands and music collaborations, while also being featured in major museums like the Brooklyn Museum and the Serpentine in London. The market for KAWS is very strong. At auction, his large paintings have sold for as much as $14 to $15 million, and even his smaller works and editions are in high demand. Today, experts estimate his overall market value to be well over $200 million, making him one of the most valuable contemporary artists of his generation. Collectors see KAWS as a blue-chip artist because his work appeals to both serious art buyers and younger audiences who connect with his mix of pop culture and fine art. William Kentridge. William Kentridge is one of the most important living artists from Africa, known around the world for his powerful drawings, films, and theatre productions. Born in Johannesburg, South Africa, he built a career making art that speaks directly to history, politics, and the human condition. His signature medium is charcoal, which he uses in an expressive way, erasing, redrawing, and layering his marks to create moving images and stop-motion films. These works often reflect on South Africa's past under apartheid and the complexities of memory and change. Kentridge is not only a visual artist, he also directs stage productions, operas, and multimedia performances, making him one of the most versatile artists of our time. His art has been exhibited at major museums including MoMA in New York, the Tate Modern in London, and even the Louvre in Paris. Few artists achieve that level of global presence, and Kentridge continues to create new work that resonates with audiences everywhere. In the market, Kentridge's work is considered very stable. His drawings, prints, and sculptures regularly sell at international auctions. His auction record is around $1.5 million for a bronze sculpture, and his drawings often sell in the six-figure range. While his prices are not as high as some Western blue-chip artists, his cultural influence and museum presence give him a secure place in the blue-chip category. His estimated market value today is in the region of $40 to $60 million. Collectors and institutions seek Kentridge's work not only for its financial value, but also because it carries deep meaning and historical weight. Anatsui. Anatsui is a Ghanaian artist who has become one of Africa's most celebrated blue-chip names on the global stage. He is best known for his large wall hangings made out of recycled materials, things like bottle caps, metal seals, and bits of aluminum that he collects and weaves together with copper wire. From a distance, these works look like rich, shimmering tapestries, almost like cloth. But up close, you realize they are made from everyday discarded objects. This transformation of waste into beauty is part of what makes his art so powerful. Anatsui's work speaks about consumption, the environment, and African history, while also being visually stunning. His pieces are not flat, they drape, fold, and ripple like fabric, changing shape depending on how they're installed. This flexibility adds to their uniqueness and presence. He has exhibited at some of the world's most important museums, including the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York, the Tate Modern in London, and the Venice Biennale, where his installations have left lasting impressions. When it comes to the market, Anatsui's works are highly sought after. Collectors and institutions compete for his monumental wall pieces, which can sell for over $1 million at auction. His record price is around 1.5 million, and his overall market is considered very strong and stable. Experts estimate his market value today to be in the range of $80 to $100 million, making him one of the most valuable living African artists. Mark Bradford. Mark Bradford is an American artist who has become one of the most important abstract painters of our time. What makes his work special is the way he builds his paintings, not just with paint but with layers of everyday materials. He often uses things like old posters, advertisements, maps, and even flyers from beauty salons in his neighborhood. He glues these papers to canvas, sands them down, and then paints over them, creating huge textured surfaces that look like maps, city grids, or even scars. His art feels alive, full of history, struggle, and transformation. Bradford's journey is just as inspiring as his art. He grew up in Los Angeles and worked in his mother's beauty salon before becoming a full-time artist. That background influences the materials he chooses and the themes he explores, like race, class, and social justice. His works have been shown in major museums like the Whitney in New York, the Tate in London, and the Venice Biennale, where he represented the United States in 2017. The art market has embraced Bradford in a big way. His large paintings are highly sought after by collectors and institutions. One of his works, Helter Skelter Befund from 2007, sold for $12 million at auction, setting a record for him. Today, his paintings regularly sell in the multi-million-dollar range, and experts estimate his overall market value to be around $120 to $150 million. Ed Ruscha. Ed Ruscha is one of the most influential American artists of the last 60 years, and he's still actively creating today. He is best known for paintings that use words and short phrases, often set against simple, striking backgrounds. Imagine a canvas with just one word, like oof or honk, painted in bold letters. At first it looks playful, but it makes you stop and think about how language, advertising, and pop culture shape our lives. Ruscha also made iconic images of gas stations, parking lots, and the wide streets of Los Angeles, capturing the look and feel of everyday American life. His work has been celebrated in major museums worldwide. In 2023, the Museum of Modern Art in New York gave him a full career retrospective, showing just how important he is in the history of contemporary art. He has also represented the United States at the Venice Biennale and has been collected by institutions like the Tate in London, the Whitney Museum, and countless others. The art market values Ruscha very highly. His paintings have set huge records at auction. One of his most famous works, Hurting the Word Radio #2, sold for $52 million in 2019. More recently, in 2024, his Standard Station painting sold for over $68 million, proving that demand for his work continues to rise. Today, his overall market value is estimated at more than $300 million, making him one of the most valuable living American artists. Damien Hirst. Damien Hirst is one of the most famous and controversial contemporary artists in the world. Born in 1965 in the UK, he rose to fame in the 1990s as the leading figure of the Young British Artists, a group that shook up the art world with bold, shocking, and highly marketable works. Hirst is best known for his animals preserved in formaldehyde tanks, like the iconic shark piece, The Physical Impossibility of Death in the Mind of Someone Living. He also became known for his medicine cabinet installations and his diamond-encrusted skull, For the Love of God, which symbolize both mortality and wealth. His work often deals with big themes: life, death, religion, and consumer culture. Over the years, Hirst has built not just an artistic career, but also a brand. He's one of the few artists who directly bypassed galleries by selling entire exhibitions straight to auction, a move that made headlines and millions of dollars. While critics sometimes question whether his work is more about money than meaning, there's no doubt about his impact on the global art market. Hirst remains a blue-chip artist with works collected by leading museums and billionaire collectors worldwide. His top auction records exceed $19 million for a single piece, and his market value in 2025 is estimated at $500 million, making him one of the wealthiest living artists. Love him or hate him, Damien Hirst changed the way art and money interact. He blurred the line between artistic expression and commercial enterprise, and in doing so, secured his place as one of the most recognized contemporary artists of our time. David Hockney. David Hockney is one of the most important and beloved contemporary artists alive today. Born in 1937 in England, he has spent more than 6 decades redefining painting, drawing, and even digital art. Hockney is often associated with bright, colorful depictions of swimming pools, sunlit landscapes, and portraits of friends and family. His style is instantly recognizable, bold, playful, and full of life. Hockney first made his name in the 1960s as part of the pop art movement, but he quickly developed a language all his own. His California swimming pool paintings, like A Bigger Splash, remain some of the most iconic images of the 20th century. Over time, he has continued to experiment, working with photography, stage design, and even iPad drawings. His 2017 exhibition, A Bigger Picture at Tate Britain, showed his unstoppable creativity, even into his later years. On the market side, Hockney is firmly blue chip. He holds one of the highest auction records ever for a living artist, with his painting Portrait of an Artist, Pool with Two Figures, selling for over $90 million in 2018. His works are collected by top museums and private collectors across the globe. As of 2025, his estimated market value sits around $600 million, making him not only one of the most valuable living painters, but also one of the most influential. Collectors see Hockney's art as both culturally iconic and financially secure. Hockney's legacy is about joy, color, and constant reinvention. He reminds us that art can evolve with technology, but at its heart, it remains about seeing the world in new and personal ways. Gerhard Richter. Gerhard Richter is one of the most respected and versatile contemporary artists in the world. Born in 1932 in Germany, he has built a career that spans more than 6 decades, constantly shifting styles and techniques while pushing the boundaries of painting. Richter is best known for 2 distinct types of work: his photorealistic paintings and his colorful abstract canvases. His early paintings blurred the line between photography and painting, while his later abstract works, created with a squeegee, showcase layers of bold color and texture. This ability to reinvent himself while staying deeply connected to painting is what makes Richter so influential. He has also created stained glass windows, sculptures, and installations, showing just how wide his artistic vision really is. For Richter, painting is both a way of recording the world and a way of exploring pure emotion and chance. On the market side, Richter is one of the most valuable living artists. His auction record stands at over $46 million for a single abstract work, and his paintings consistently sell for tens of millions. In 2025, his estimated market value is around $700 million, placing him at the very top of the blue chip category. Museums and collectors view him as a cornerstone of contemporary art, and his works are considered secure, long-term investments. Richter's career proves that an artist doesn't need to stick to one style to be great. His constant experimentation and mastery have made him one of the most important figures in modern painting and a true icon in the art world. Takashi Murakami. Takashi Murakami is one of the most famous Japanese artists in the world, known for his bright, playful, and instantly recognizable style. He developed something he calls superflat, which combines the look of Japanese anime and manga with fine art traditions. His paintings and sculptures often feature smiling flowers, cartoonish mushrooms, and his famous character Mr. D.O.B., who looks like a mix between Mickey Mouse and a monster. At first glance, his work looks cheerful, but there are also deeper themes about consumerism, history, and Japanese culture hidden underneath the surface. Murakami doesn't limit himself to the art world. He works across fashion, music, and design. He has collaborated with brands like Louis Vuitton, designed album covers for musicians like Kanye West, and even created collectible toys. At the same time, he continues to be featured in major museums, including solo shows at the Guggenheim, the Museum of Contemporary Art in Los Angeles, and major biennales. His ability to move between high art and popular culture is what makes him so unique. The market for Murakami is strong. His large-scale paintings and sculptures can sell for tens of millions of dollars. His record auction price is around $15 million for a massive painting. Even his smaller works, prints, and collectibles are highly sought after by new and established collectors alike. Today, his total market value is estimated to be well over $200 million, putting him firmly in the blue chip category. Cindy Sherman. Cindy Sherman is one of the most influential contemporary artists of our time. Born in 1954 in New Jersey, she has spent her career challenging how we think about identity, gender, and representation. What makes Sherman stand out is that she works almost entirely through photography, yet she is both the photographer and the subject. In her iconic Untitled Film Stills series from the late 1970s, she dressed up as different female characters, styled herself, and photographed herself in cinematic poses. These works looked like movie stills, but were really about how women are represented in culture. Over the years, she has continued to push these ideas, using elaborate costumes, prosthetics, and digital editing to create unsettling portraits. Her art is not just about what we see, it's about what images mean, how they shape our identities, and how society defines roles for women. Sherman's market has been consistently strong. She is a blue-chip artist represented by major galleries and collected by top museums worldwide. At auction, her photographs can sell for millions. In fact, one of her works once set a record for the highest price paid for a photograph at auction. Today, her market value is estimated at $60 million, making her one of the most financially secure and institutionally recognized artists alive. Collectors value her not only because of her iconic images, but also because she has shaped the conversation around contemporary art for decades. Sherman has shown that photography can be just as powerful and conceptually rich as painting or sculpture. Banksy. Banksy is one of the most famous and mysterious contemporary artists alive today. What makes him unique is that nobody truly knows his identity. He's a street artist from the UK whose work first appeared in the 1990s, using stencils to create bold, often satirical images on walls and buildings. His art tackles subjects like politics, consumerism, war, and inequality, all with sharp wit and humor. Some of his most iconic pieces include Girl with a Balloon, Flower Thrower, and the famous shredding stunt at Sotheby's in 2018, when his artwork partially destroyed itself right after being sold. That moment didn't decrease the value, it actually doubled it, cementing Banksy's reputation as someone who challenges the art world while thriving inside it. Despite working outside traditional systems, Banksy has become a true blue-chip artist. His works have been shown in major museums, collected by top figures, and regularly break auction records. For example, one of his paintings, Devolved Parliament, sold for over $12 million. His prints, murals, and paintings continue to rise in demand, often far exceeding estimates at auction. As of 2025, Banksy's market value is estimated at $100 million, making him one of the most valuable living artists today. What's remarkable is that his art still begins on the street, free for the public to see before it enters the global art market. Banksy represents something rare, an artist who maintains anonymity, critiques the system, and yet has become one of the most recognized cultural voices in the world. His work reminds us that art doesn't need permission, it just needs to connect with people. Yayoi Kusama. Yayoi Kusama is one of the most recognizable and celebrated contemporary artists alive today. Born in Japan in 1929, she has spent her long career creating art that explores repetition, infinity, and the power of the imagination. Kusama is best known for her polka dots, her pumpkins, and her immersive mirrored infinity rooms, which allow viewers to step into environments that feel endless and dreamlike. Her work often reflects her own personal struggles and visions. From an early age, Kusama experienced hallucinations, and instead of hiding them, she turned them into art. For her, the endless dots and repeating patterns are a way to both cope with and express the overwhelming nature of the world around her. Kusama's art is not just visually striking, it's also deeply emotional, connecting to themes of life, death, and cosmic space. Her exhibitions regularly draw record-breaking crowds around the world, making her one of the most popular living artists with the public. On the market side, Kusama is firmly in the blue chip category. Her paintings and sculptures can sell for over $10 million at auction, and her overall market value in 2025 is estimated at $250 million. Collectors see her as both a cultural icon and a sound financial investment, and her global recognition ensures that demand for her work remains strong. What makes Kusama remarkable is her ability to transform deeply personal experiences into art that resonates universally. She has shown the world that vulnerability and imagination can become timeless symbols. Jeff Koons. Jeff Koons is one of the most famous and commercially successful contemporary artists alive today. Born in 1955 in Pennsylvania, he became widely known in the 1980s for his bold, playful, and sometimes controversial works that mix high art with popular culture. Koons is best known for his large-scale sculptures that look like shiny balloon animals, stainless steel objects that reflect like mirrors, and his recreations of everyday consumer goods. His work often celebrates kitsch, beauty, and the culture of desire. For some, his art is a joyful embrace of popular taste. For others, it's a critique of consumerism and excess. Either way, his pieces always spark debate. His most famous work is probably the Balloon Dog series, massive, polished sculptures that have become symbols of contemporary art itself. In 2013, one of these sold at auction for over $58 million, setting a record for a living artist at the time. Koons has also created monumental public art, such as Bouquet of Tulips in Paris. On the market side, Koons is firmly blue chip. His works are collected by billionaires, shown in major museums, and continue to achieve strong prices. While his market has had ups and downs, his estimated value in 2025 sits around $350 million, keeping him among the top-tier artists globally. What makes Koons remarkable is his ability to merge fine art with pop culture in a way that's both accessible and provocative. Love him or hate him, Jeff Koons has made himself impossible to ignore. And in 2025, he remains one of the defining blue-chip artists of our time. Julie Mehretu. Julie Mehretu is one of the most important contemporary painters working today. Born in 1970 in Ethiopia and raised in the United States, she has developed a style that blends abstraction, architecture, and mapping to explore the complexity of modern life. Her large-scale paintings are filled with layered marks, sweeping lines, and bursts of color that feel like cities, histories, and emotions colliding on the canvas. What makes Mehretu's work stand out is the way she captures movement and energy. Her paintings often feel alive, as if they're recording the speed, chaos, and interconnectedness of our world. By combining influences from geography, politics, and personal experience, she creates art that is both visually powerful and intellectually rich. Mehretu has exhibited at major museums worldwide, including the Whitney, Tate Modern, and the Guggenheim, and her works are held in top collections. She has also received major awards such as the MacArthur Genius Grant, which recognized her as a leading voice in contemporary art. On the market side, Mehretu is firmly a blue-chip artist. Her paintings regularly sell for millions at auction, with her top record surpassing $10 million. In 2025, her estimated market value sits around $60 million, reflecting not just financial demand, but also her cultural importance. Collectors and institutions see her work as both a strong investment and a vital statement about our time. Julie Mehretu's art speaks to the complexity of the world we live in, messy, fast, layered, and deeply human. That's what makes her one of the most influential and valuable artists working today.